Okay, we are streaming, hopefully. All being well. Yes, excellent. This is working. Okay, let's get ourselves. I don't know how the performance of this stream is, but we're going to load up the Long Dark. And we are going to head into the Long Dark. So welcome to a bit of a test. You may have seen a Gran Turismo test stream a few minutes ago. Whether that really worked or not, I don't know. I was actually playing that on PS4 via PS4 remote play, and to be honest, I think there's a little bit of lag when you play over remote play, and playing a fast-paced game like Gran Turismo doesn't really work. You tend to end up making command movements and them not reacting for half a second and you crash. So we're going to try streaming from the PC where I've got proper control, I've got proper audio and all sorts of stuff like that, and we're going to see how well it works. My internet connection, as I have mentioned before, is not very good, which unfortunately means I can't normally stream, but I thought we'd give it a try, although the game's taking an age to load. Ah, there we go. Doesn't normally take that long to load up. So I'm not being filled with confidence as to how well this is going to work, but we're going to give it a try. What's really galling about my internet connection, I've just run a speed test on it. 14 meg down, 1.4 meg up. That's what I get. My parents, who live a minute's walk away, 2 streets away from me, very, very, very close, they get 40 down, 8 up, which will be more than enough to stream nice and clearly. I hope you're hearing the game audio as well. I really hope you're hearing the game audio, because there was a problem with the game audio. I'm just going to jump back into OBS just for a second and just double check this. Yep, that is right. Okay, I hope you're hearing the game audio, because on the last couple of recordings that I did, I didn't we didn't get the game audio. Anyway, let's ignore that. Right, okay, so we are looking at some of the challenges, and the challenge we're going to have a crack at, we're just going to stream for as long as I can, really. Nomad's a very, very long challenge. I kind of wanted to do one that I can just do in one go. Hopeless Rescue is a bit tricky. The Hunted's also quite tricky. That's a difficult one. Whiteout I've done before, and I have successfully completed it, but again, it's a bit of a long-winded one. I'm tempted to go for Nomad. Let's just go for Nomad and just see how far we do. Yeah, I'll just leave that as that. That's fine. And I'm just going to call it Nomad Live. There we go. So let's accept that. And we're going to press any key to continue. And into the Long Dark we go live. Live from the Photo HQ. And we are here. Where are we? We are in the Pleasant Valley Farmhouse. So we need to spend 3 days at each location listed in the journal. So first things first, let's look in the journal. Okay, so 3 days in Camp Office, Trapper's Cabin, Forestry Lookout, Upper Dam, Lower Dam. Barn, the radio control hut. Well, that's going to be an interesting one, because there's several radio control huts and several barns. I have no idea. Skeeter's Ridge in the basement. Oh, I know where that is. The Rural Store, Quinset, Bandon Lookout, Mountainous Hut, Lonely Lighthouse, Stone Church, Cinder Coals, Coal Mine, Cinder Hills Coal Mine rather, and the Crumbling Highway. So we're everywhere bar where we actually are right now, which is a bit annoying. Skeeter's Ridge is on Pleasant Valley. The Radio Control Hut, I assume, is on Pleasant Valley. The barn, I assume, is the Red Barn. But the farmhouse is not on the list, so there's no point us being in here. We're not gaining anything, but we need supplies, so let's have a quick search around for some supplies. Supplies and stuffs and things. A sewing kit. A storm lantern, which I desperately need because I can't see anything. Let's pop that storm lantern on, if it's got some fuel in it. Oh, it's fully fueled. Perfect. Good start. Okay, so let's have a nosy around. Time of day is just coming up to midnight. I'm just basically going to go around.
I can use this.
This isn't one of the locations we have to survive in, so there's no point staying here for any length of time, but we need to maximise our use of everything there is. So let's go around and just gather up everything basically, because I'm pretty sure we'll have the carrying capacity. Might as well do the ground floor first, since we're already here. Water it. So we're launching straight into the high-speed, long, dark testing as we go through. And this is testing the stream. I have no idea of the quality of the stream. My connection is so poor, I really don't want to open up another device to kind of... Ooh, there is a pair of socks there. I really don't want to open up another device on the network to see what the stream's like, because I think it, using download bandwidth, it'll probably kill whatever quality of the stream there actually is. So if it does sort of work, I will set myself up a little bit better, so I can actually, because chat is disabled, and the reason I've got chat disabled is I can't keep an eye on it. I only have one monitor on my PC. I don't have dual monitors anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. I only have one monitor, so I can't keep an eye on the chat. That's why it's disabled.
I'll take it.
Because there's no point having a chat if I can't see it to respond to people. Right, okay, so we are basically just looting Camp Office. Oh, a note left behind. That's one of the collectible items. We've already found that so many times, there's very little point in us trying to find it again. Okay, salty crackers, and I think that's pretty much looted the kitchen area, and we've done the bathroom. We've done that room, so we've just got the back officey room here to go through. We've got a sport vest. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through, I'm going to loot everything useful, then I'm going to sort myself out, particularly clothing wise, and then we'll head over to the barn. The barn is somewhere we need to survive in for 3 days. It seems quite a simple concept. I mean, I don't quite know exactly how it works. I'm taking all the books because they're really good fire starting material. I don't quite know exactly how it works, whether it's cumulative or whether we can't leave the location. I assume we can leave the location and go back in again, but I assume the counter doesn't count when we're not in it, so we need to try and stay in it, really. Which is partly why I'm kind of trying to collect everything I can from down here. So I've got loads of stuff to take with me. Did I go through all these? Yes, I did, didn't I? Right, okay, let's head upstairs then. And let's have a go around the various... That's a bit annoying. Various rooms.
This stuff will come in handy.
Bit of reclaimed wood there. We don't have hatchets or anything, so we can't break stuff down, but that's cool. We've got some more socks there. Anything under the bed? Oh, yes, there is. That's a scarf. Can I actually get that scarf? Okay, there we are. Oops, some more clothing in the drawers. That's really annoying when that happens. Okay, right. So I'm going to sort my clothing loadout out in a moment once I've just basically gone around and looted everything. Okay, so I think we are pretty much done. We've just got the last couple of bedrooms to do. See how quick I'm working on this, because I know this is a location that isn't included in the Nomad challenge, so it doesn't surprise me, to be honest, that the starting location isn't one of the ones you have to be in. It's the first time I've done this challenge. I've never actually even attempted it before, so I've done a... I'm not going to bother taking this. Oh, actually no, I will, because I don't know what I'm wearing at the moment. We'll have a look in a moment. I'll ditch any random clothing that I really don't need. Ooh, some rifle ammunition. That might come in handy later. Because we've got to do food scavenging as well, so we want to make sure we haven't missed anything. Is that it? Have I been through all of them? Have I been through this one? No, I haven't been through this one. Although this is the kind of derelict one, there isn't very much in here. That's annoying when that happens. Right, okay, anything under there? Just another book. We're still not in... Oh, we are encumbered. We are encumbered. My microphone is cunningly hiding the encumbered symbol down in the bottom corner. So it's kind of almost a kind of normal start. We're just going around looting the location that we started in. Although normally when you're playing the survival mode you spawn outside, so it's usually looting the first location you get to. That's when we happen to spawn inside. Okay, I think we've been through everything, so we need to head over to the barn then. So we want to get over to the barn as quickly as we can to start the 3-day counter ticking, because right now it's a bit pointless, to be honest. Oh, is that a bit of cloth? Okay, we'll have that. Right, before we do that though, let's sort out our clothing, because we're carrying a lot of clothing. We've got lots of hats and well, we've got a hat and we've got a scarf, so let's pop the scarf on and the hat on. We've got some accessories, an ear wrap. Do you know what? That's the first time I've ever found that. I've never had one of them before. Okay, let's wear that. And it's definitely going to be that. There's no point even searching for it. Hands, we're wearing gloves. That's cool. Feet, we have... we want wool socks, really. We want the best pair of wool socks that we have. 44%. Oh, they're all at 44%. Okay, put those on. Oh, and the other pair of shoes are useless. Okay. Well, we may as well take them with us. Let's leave the farmhouse then. And we'll get a head outside. I actually just had a thought. And check how good this stream is actually working by disconnecting my phone from the Wi-Fi and using data to have a nosy. Let's turn this off. Ooh, okay. This is a little bit different. There never used to be a cart there outside Pleasant Valley Farm House. Okay, let's just pop that away. Ooh, you see, this is actually the first time I've been to Pleasant Valley since Wintermute, and there's obviously been a few little adjustments. We shall be getting there fairly soon or at some stage in the main Long Dark survival playthrough I've got going on at the moment. That is still going. That's going to be going hopefully for quite a long time. That one, I'm trying to get that one over 100 days. There's 2 videos a week going out with that one. I've fallen a little bit behind on the recording schedule for that, so I need to push back ahead. I've got 1 video for that one ready for this week, when there should really be 2. I was about 4 weeks ahead at one point, and I was trying to stay there, but life's got in the way again, as it always does. So I only achieved getting that far ahead by having a day off work and filling it with recording the Long Dark. That's how I got so far ahead. I literally sat down for 4 hours and just recorded solid. I'm going to have to start doing a slightly more disciplined recording schedule, either take an hour every night or take an hour in the morning, at least 3 or 4 days a week, and just record. I want to try and get a few series going. And if the live streams work, it'd be nice if I could do one of these every day. Well, not every day, every week. On a given day of the week. Okay, while we're walking across here, hopefully we won't walk into any walls while I'm not watching the screen. Because at the moment I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm loading YouTube on my phone just to see how well the stream is working. Not every day, every week. And it is actually working. Yeah, excellent. Okay, cool. Ah, is it? Oh, it's a little bit dark. Oh, okay. Didn't realise quite how dark the video comes out there, folks. It's very dark, isn't it? Oh my goodness me, that's incredibly dark. I'm amazed you can actually see anything there. Okay. Have I overshot the barn? This is what happens when you don't watch what you're doing. Where am I? Whatever. Oh dear. I really need to be paying attention. There we go. Right. There's the barn. Okay, so I'm just going to close my phone down. Oh, it's really, really dark. This is the reason why I don't travel at night. In the Long Dark usually, because I know that you guys can't see anything. Okay, well, just to be more descriptive then, just to help you out, we're about to walk straight into a wolf. There's a wolf straight in front of us, and we're about to walk straight into it. It's clocked us. So I'm going to light this here flare, which will serve to help you as well. You can see a little bit more what's going on. I am trying to dodge the wolf. I don't actually know what difficulty mode the challenges run on. So obviously I usually play survival mode and stalker. I have no idea if... there's the wolf. I'm thinking stalker... Oh! Now that sounded like it was coming from the right, not the left where the wolf was. Okay, we're in. We're inside. We're all good. We've made it in. Spot on. Perfect. Right. Excellent. Well, let's make use of the fact we've got some light. Let's go around and do a little bit of... There you go. I'll let you re-watch and pause that if you want to see what that says. Let's... Scrap metal I think I'm going to leave behind. We're not likely to be forging, I don't think, in this. We're probably not going to be repairing either. We're not. This isn't going to be long-term survival, so there's probably no point in stockpiling things like that. And the same, to be honest, probably goes for tools. Okay, so we need to spend 3 days here. Because this is the barn, isn't it? This is where we are. Let's just bring up the journal. Just bring up locations discovered. The daily log. Oh, we don't get a daily log. Well, I'm pretty sure this is the barn it's talking about. I'm hardly embarrassed if it isn't. Shall we light a fire in here while we've got a lit flare? That might not be a bad idea, actually. I'm not going to bother taking... For once, I'm not going to bother taking the charcoal, because I don't think we need to worry about making any maps or anything while we're here. We know where we're going. We know where we're going. Is this fire gonna light? I'd say it's looking the most hopeful in the world. Oh, there we go. Right, let's chuck some... Chuck a bit of fuel on that. Just give me a couple of hours just to warm this place up a bit. I think I've got plenty of water. It's also just going to give me a bit of a light source when this flare goes out. So let's loot. Let's loot our home for the next 3 days and see what we've got. Oh, I haven't got a prime lock. I'm going into that one. There's one locker. There's another locker. Flare. Whoop. Oh dear. There we go. A soda. Look.
I'll take
it. Some charcoal. After saying that I wasn't going to be using it. A line. Some more charcoal. Who would keep charcoal in a tool drawer? Pork means and some dog food and a bit of cloth. We'll take the cloth. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Some reclaimed wood. I'm just gonna chuck the flare down there. Let's just get rid of that. Let's get it out of the way. Can I drop? No, that's probably not a good idea actually. Let's go around. Okay, so we've looted up here and we've got our fire barrel. So basically we need to stay in the proximity of the barn for the next 3 days or so. So let's just do a little bit of housekeeping then. Wow, this would be a good start in anybody's book, to be perfectly honest. Tinder-wise we're a little bit short, so let's break some of this down into tinder. There we go. Break down what we have into tinder. And a bit more. And a bit more. Okay, and we also have that. So we're going to break that down into tinder as well. So we're going to have plenty of tinder plugs. We have got to be nomadic. We literally have got to be nomadic. We've got to take with us the basic essential supplies and leave behind the nonsense that we don't need. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to think about this very logically, and we're going to try and take the stuff we need and leave behind the stuff we don't, basically. And we're probably just going to leave it in a big heap, to be perfectly honest. So do you know what? I might even start thinking about that now. So fire, let's start at the top. We've got accelerant. I'm going to keep both of those because I just want to be on standby to have fires that will definitely light. Magnifying glass I'm going to ditch because they're pretty much useless. I really don't want to lose any matches or any potential firewood if I can avoid it, so we'll leave all of that. Antiseptic, I'm going to drop a couple of them. We're only going to take what we really need, and we're going to keep hold of all of that as well. Right, spare clothing. Let us ditch things we don't need. So, drop the shoes, drop the vest, drop the other vest, drop all these socks that we're not wearing, drop the t-shirt, drop that pair of socks, drop that t-shirt. Oh, we've got a fish. I completely forgot we had that. So let's cook that while we have a fire going. There we go. Okay, cool. So that's going to give us plenty of food. Food, we're looking pretty good. Water, we're looking pretty good. Bits and pieces that we don't need to be carrying. Let's drop that. Quality tools, we're not really going to be doing much crafting in this, I don't think, so we don't really need it. As I said, charcoal, normally we'd be stockpiling it to make maps, but we're not going to be doing any map making, so there's no point. And let's drop the spare sewing kits, because I just don't think we're going to need them. I will keep that in case we do some fishing, and I'll keep that in case we get a knife and we need to repair it. And I will keep that in case we get a rifle and we need to repair it as well. So we're looking okay. We're just about at carrying capacity. We're slightly over, but we can eat and drink our way out of that situation. So we're actually in pretty good shape, and we're pretty much ready to go. We're actually ready to move, but the problem is we've got to stay here for 3 days. Let's enter the vehicle, jump inside. Be nice and safe in here. It is a little bit dark, so apologies,
been here a while,
folks, because I know you're not really going to be able to see a great deal. Rest assured, I can't see much in here either. Let's do a sleep now. We're not massively tired, but let's see if it'll let us do 4 hours. Get us through to the following morning. It's just tricky because we've got to do 3 days. We've got to find a way of keeping ourselves occupied for 3 days. That's the only slight problem. Ooh, ow. I just clouted my head into the microphone. Hang on, I'm just going to have to put things back together again. There we are. Right, okay, so let's let's pass time for a few hours then. What on earth are we going to do in each of these locations for 3 days? This is going to get really, really annoying really, really quickly. Okay. Let's jump into the journal. We are 0.4 days survived in the barn. I assume it literally is just counting the time we're in. So if we go out and go anywhere, it's not going to be counting it. So we've survived half a day in the barn. I'll drink these sodas because they're going to give me some calories as well as some hydration. And we've still got to wait. We've still got to kill time. Oh my goodness, I didn't think this through. How the earth am I going to occupy myself in each of these locations for 3 days? Because again, if I wander off, it's not going to count. And it's now gone pitch black. Proper pitch. Why is it darker in here now than it was during the night? Right, let's leave the vehicle. We're going to have to think our strategy out here, because we're going to have to do something to keep ourselves... I think it's because that's gone out, isn't it? We're going to have to keep ourselves occupied somehow. Right, so how long has it said we've survived in here? Half a day. Half a day in the barn. So if we go outside, it's not going to count. The door's here somewhere. I'm going to have to light the storm lantern. I'm going to have to find my way out through the door. I swore the door was there. Oh, was it? Oh, it's on the other side. That's why. Okay, there's our little pile of stuff we're leaving behind. Where's the door? There it is. Okay, so we'll head out. I didn't think this through before I decided to do Nomad. Oh, it's not exactly looking brilliant out here either. Okay, there should be some vehicles around the barn, so let's just jump into the vehicles and just see if there's anything in here that we can make use of. Some cloth and a soda in that one, and there usually is a car. Oh, and of course, I keep forgetting about this, the archery target practice board, which would be pretty cool if we had a bow and arrow, which we don't. There's a wolf wandering about over there. So obviously this isn't the doorway we came in, this is the one we came in. We know that wolf is wandering about over there. There is usually a car, or there has been in the past, but there isn't right now, so I'll just have a quick nosy in the barns, or the outbuildings, to see if there's anything in here worth our time and effort. Yes, there is. Dog food and some
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Yeah, I know, we're a little bit encumbered, but don't worry, we're not too bad. We're not too far over. It's workable. Okay, so we've got a couple of little bits from this barn. And obviously some sticks. We can pick these up. Some extra firewood. I think this is going to be the big problem with this challenge, is what am I going to do for 3 days in each location to keep myself occupied, so it's not just me sort of sitting in a location, which is basically what's going to happen at this point. I've got nothing to fight the wolf with, so I don't particularly want to tussle with the wolf. I've got absolutely nothing to do inside the barn. So this is going to get this is going to be a very long 3 days. Because I don't think you see, it hasn't gone up, so it doesn't count when we're not actually in the location. So it seems fairly straightforward, but it's actually going to be a bit of a nuisance, because I've got to keep ourselves busy for 3 days. If I wasn't streaming, it'd probably be quite easy, but because I am, I don't want it to get boring. I might have to rethink these challenges, you know. I kind of launched into this live stream tonight just as a bit of a test, just to see if I could actually get my computer and my internet connection to do it. And certainly looking at the stream on my phone, got away with that. It looks like it is working, so that's the point proven. So I might have to go away and rethink these streams a little bit and plan them a little bit better, so that I'm actually I've actually got something to do. Because right now we're a little bit limited in what we can do. I might have a crack at the hunted, actually. I didn't fancy doing the hunted today, because if I'm going to do that one, because the reason I didn't want to do the hunted is because I've done the hunted, and I have failed the hunted several times. I've never completed it, so I didn't really want to. I really didn't want to embarrass myself too much, but I think I'm doing that anyway by just not having anything to do. Oh, I think, right, okay, I'm going to go for a trek. This is just annoying. Let's head over to the rural store. That's another location, actually, that we need to survive. Well, the weather's changed quick around here. Right, okay, let's head over to the rural store, because that is another location that we need to survive in. It's not far from here, so let's head across to it. Because that's something that we can then be doing. Feels like minus 20. So we're not going to survive out here for very long. But if we head over towards that bridge, get up on the road, and then we can kind of head across towards the rural store, which is another of the locations listed. So at least we can. That might be a way of kind of keeping ourselves occupied. Just jump between locations. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this stream down to a test. I'm going to watch the video back afterwards, see if it worked. If it worked, next time we shall be a little bit more prepared and we shall know what we're going to do. We shall have a plan. We shall not have a fence in the way. There's a gap. Let's go through that gap. And we shall do this properly, and I shall set proper time aside for it as well. But we'll keep going for a bit. We won't stop just yet. We'll keep going. We'll get to the rural store. I am going to carry on with the survival series as well. Obviously, these are the specialist challenges. You work slightly differently in these. It's not about long-term survival. It's all about achieving the objectives of the challenge. Survival mode, it's about lasting as long as possible. Obviously, on our survival mode series, if you've not seen the survival mode series, just go and check out the playlist. It's all in there. 22 videos into that series, I think, at the moment. We've survived for about 17 days, 18 days so far. So we're still pretty fresh into it. Well, actually, I say that we're doing reasonably well. We've got ourselves a pretty sizable stockpile currently on Mystery Lake, but we've set ourselves the challenge on that stream, on that series, to transfer things over to Milton, over to Mountain Town, to the Grey Mother's house. Have that as our main stockpile, rather than keeping it locally on each region. So just to add to the challenge, give us again, it's all about giving ourselves something to do. Something to keep ourselves occupied in the game, so it doesn't get too monotonous of just kind of camping out in a building, really. Although they have actually, this is something that was introduced quite a few updates ago, actually. The cabin fever affliction. If you spend too much time indoors, you actually develop this affliction that causes your condition to drop. And that was put in purely to stop people, what people were doing, one strategy people were using. And to be fair, it's a legitimate strategy, was to gather as much resources as they possibly could as quickly as possible at the start of the game from the region, and then just literally just camp inside one of the buildings. Just go into camp office or trapper's cabin or whichever one with as much as you possibly gather to start with, and just sit in there for 150 days. And just eke your supplies out and basically just cycle it through sleep, pastime, sleep, pastime, sleep, pastime, and do all of that kind of stuff. But that gets a bit boring. We don't want to do that. We're already out exploring the world. And that's partly why they brought in the cabin fever affliction, to kind of force you outside. Okay, here we go. This is Rural Store. Obviously, there's a house here as well, so we'll see what's in there. This is Rural Crossroads, and this is Rural Store. So we'll go inside the Rural Store. Okay, so this is another of the locations that we need to spend some time in. So we need to spend 3 days in here and 3 days in the barn. Ooh, plenty of stuff in here. It really annoys me, Hinterland people, if you are watching. It's annoying that the fridge doors don't open fully, because they would in real life, let's be honest. Okay, so we've got plenty of food in here, so we're not going to have a food supply issue. This is what's making me think that this is probably not in Stalker level. I kind of need to look, actually, and see if it's written anywhere what difficulty setting the challenges are set to, because we're definitely not in Stalker. There's far too much stuff in here for it to be in Stalker. I hear ominous music. Again, I am hoping that you can hear the game audio, because the last 2 videos that I recorded for the series that I'm doing, when I watched them back afterwards, I realised there was no game audio. I hadn't recorded any of it. I need to pry bomb my way into those 2. Okay, well, we have looted this place. I keep forgetting this is actually quite a small store, this one. It's not very big at all. I keep thinking of some of the other gas stations, which are really, really big. This one isn't. This one's quite small. So we need to survive for 3 days in here. We've probably been in here for less than 0.1 of a day. It hasn't even registered. So we need to be in here for a bit. So I'm going to pass time in here for a few hours. I do need to drink though before I do that, so we'll just hydrate ourselves. We'll use the sodas because they give us calories as well. And then I'm going to pass time. And I'm going to pass time in here. It feels like 0. Hopefully we'll be okay with that. Yeah, we should be fine. So I'm going to pass time for 4 hours. Okay, so how much does that register? 0.1. 0.1 of a day. Well, in theory, 6 hours is a quarter of a day. We did 4, so we didn't quite do a quarter of a day. So let's do another few. And that will take us to a quarter of a day. And looking on my phone, I did a little bit of a test video, as you know, with Gran Turismo Sport. I've had a copyright strike on it because of the music I forgot to turn off, but I've actually deleted the video, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're now in darkness again, so we're now going to think about sleeping through the night. So we're going to get about 3/4 of a day in this location, I think. So this might be the strategy, to kind of flick between the locations, and then at least we are keeping ourselves busy. We're not just sitting in one location for 3 days and being bored. So let's eat, drink and be merry. So let's I'm actually going to drink some water this time because it's quite heavy. Sort of just reduce our water stock a little bit, and then we're going to eat. Oh, I did that the wrong way around, didn't I? I should have eaten first, then drank. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we are going to pass time for a little bit longer. I'm going to do another 4 hours. That should get us good and tired. Hopefully. This is kind of the plan. Get ourselves good and tired. Yep. I'm going to drink some more water. Then I'm going to put down the bedroll. And we'll sleep. And I'll see if I can do 8 hours. So with the bedroll we'll be up above... up above freezing, so that should be absolutely fine. Okay, so how long have we survived? 0.8 of a day. Here we go. This is the strategy. This is what we need to do. We've figured this out. So we're going to flick between the different locations. We're going to do loads of passing time until we're absolutely exhausted, and then we're going to sleep until we're recovered again. And then hopefully we can ratchet up that time spent in each location pretty quickly. So rural store 0.8. And we're now pretty well rested. We're going to pass time for a couple more hours. There we go, so we're now in daylight. And I'm then going to sleep just for 1 hour. So that will just bring a little bit of that fatigue back up again. And if I now pick up the bedroll, let's have a look how long we've survived. 0.9 of a day in the rural store, so we are pretty much there. If I just pass time for an hour, that will tip us to over 1 day. So we've spent 1 day now in the rural store. Oh, it hasn't quite registered it. Well, we've pretty much spent 1 day in the rural store, so we are virtually there for this location. So let's head back to the barn then, and then we'll do the same thing in the barn. So now we've got to walk again. So it's still going to be a little bit monotonous, but at least we've got something going on, more than just kind of sitting about. I'll leave that hut until I next come back here, I think. Okay, so we're now going to walk back to the barn. We are encumbered, but I don't think we're too badly encumbered. How encumbered are we? 4.7 kilos, give or take. So We're a little bit over, but we should be okay. Shouldn't be a problem. We'll just get a bit more tired a bit quicker. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this is a bit of a test live stream. So I think what I'm going to do, when I get back to the barn, I'm going to wrap it up. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set aside some time, once a week, to do a live stream. And I am going to do something a little bit more planned and a little bit more organised next time. And I'm going to try and set up a second PC so that I can keep an eye on the chat, and then we can have the chat open. And we're going to probably mix things up a little bit. We're not going to do the long dark constantly. As I say on the channel, I've been thinking up to, we might as well, I haven't done a downtime for quite a few weeks because, again, it's just time. I've got so much going on in life at the moment. I've just got so many things to do, so little time to do them in. But I'll kind of do a little bit of a downtime update. What I want to do with the channel is mainly open world, survival and exploration games. They're the type of games we're going to be playing moving forward. So they're mainly going to be open world. I'm going to be trying to do 2 series simultaneously of different games. So at the moment one of them is going to be the Long Dark, and I haven't decided what the second one's going to be. So that's going to be 4 days a week. And then whenever we manage to do it, we shall be putting up retro play with some retro games. And obviously we've been playing Half-Life 2 in retro play. I'm going to get to the end of Half-Life 2, then we're going to kind of pull back a little bit from that one. I've kind of decided it's not as retro as I originally intended retro play. So we're going to stick with open worldy type games, exploration adventure type games, and then we're going to be mixing things up with retro play and gameplay, where I'm just playing things which are a little bit different that I'm interested in. And series like that. So I haven't quite decided what the next thing is going to be. But the kind of games that I like to play, the Long Dark obviously is one of them, survival, exploration. Minecraft is another one, again, survival, exploration, construction. Fallout series, I really like the Fallout series, and their open world. So may well be doing some Fallout. Subnautica, I really want to try and make a go with Subnautica. I don't know, I need to think. I need to just decide what I want to do, what games I want to play, and kind of just focus on it a little bit and not be random too much. But I still want to have that element of randomness. I still want to be able to slot things in which don't necessarily fit with what I normally play. Something a little bit different. That's where retro play and gameplay come in. Just so that we can have the opportunity to mix things up a little bit with the series. Or what I might decide to do is have 3 videos a week for one series, and then when I get to the end of it, then move on to something else, rather than keep 2 different things going. I don't know. I still haven't decided completely yet, but I know that we're going to be trying to focus a little bit more on getting mass content out there and improving the quality of the content. And if we can do a stream as well, that'll be pretty cool. The stream could almost be the kind of random gameplay stuff that we're doing. Okay, so we're heading back to the barn. Well, let's get ourselves in this here barn. And then I think we're going to wrap it up. Until the next time when I can focus a little bit more, think a little bit more about what we're doing. The Long Dark's what I'm focusing on at the moment. Well, let's get ourselves in. Ting, and we're inside. Do you know what? I probably should have finished this off outside so you could actually see something, because it's going to be pitch black in here. Let's bring the menu up so at least you can see something. So yeah, what we're going to do then, I'm going to wrap it up for now. A little bit of a test stream just to see how well the internet connection coped. From what I can tell looking at the stream on my phone, it looks okay. So hopefully we can make this a regular thing and be a bit more planned and a bit more organised next time. So we can actually be playing something a little bit more thought through. But yeah, what I'm going to do, we're going to continue with the Long Dark, two videos a week on that one, and possibly another series as well. I may even step the Long Dark up to 3 videos a week, and then with the live stream and with a kind of random retro play or gameplay or whatever else I come up with, just to throw into the mix a little bit. So that might be what I do. Just keep one series going at a time. When that series ends, then we'll do something completely different. And just have the live stream gameplay and retro play just to make it up. And I am going to try and get going with downtime again as the proper vlogs, just so that we can try and get back on track with those, because they kind of went very well to start with, but it's the time it takes to put them together that's a little bit of a problem. But okay, so we're going to call it quits. How well have we done? 1 day in the rural store, half a day in the barn. It's a little bit more. I'm going to have to plan this out a little bit more, I think, rather than just jump into it randomly. So yeah, what we're going to do then, we'll wrap it up. It is 10 o'clock at night here in the UK. I need to time this as well. I just kind of jumped on randomly to test it. So I am going to say, as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Check out the full Long Dark series. And once I've got a little bit more in mind about my scheduling, what I'm going to do, we'll get that out there as well, so you know what's happening. But thank you for joining me. For the few people, I can see people watching. We've had a few viewers, so hello to you all. Thank you for joining me. Check out the series if you haven't already, and we shall take it from there. So I'm going to wrap things up, so thank you very much. I shall see you as always, and I suspect one of the people watching is Jen, who will probably be laughing at me at this moment. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you again. I'm not going to say it. Bye, folks.